Well, howdy there, y'all. Yamasaki here, and welcome back to Yamasaki RC. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look and firing up an early to mid 40s Briggs and Stratton Model ZZ engine that I rescued from its grave. So stay tuned. So this right here is one of the engines that I rescued during the antique iron haul. It was one of the first engines that I laid my eyes on, and I'm like, I just gotta have this thing. It's a big Briggs, and it's in really clean shape for its age. It was sitting out on like a 6-foot sickle mower, an international mower, sickle mower, and I just had to have it, so I unbolted it. It had a chain on the back here that was looping to all the drivetrain stuff on that engine, or on that mower. So I picked it up, and I've done basically nothing to it. When I tried to first see if this thing was going to fire, a quick test you can do on an engine that is this clean is you take the air filter off, spray a little bit of explosion juice down there, and see if she pops off, because that'll tell you if it has spark, and that'll tell you if it's getting fuel. After that, it's pretty simple. All I really had to do was I took the carb off, as usual, on what you would do on one of these machines. I cleaned it with some carb cleaner, and took the tank off, rattled some bolts in it. It's got a little bit of rust here at the very bottom here. Aside from that, this tank is as strong as can be. And then I had to put a new sediment bowl on it. The other one was so old and trashed that it wasn't going to hold up, so I robbed this one off my Cub Cadet 123, and I used the old fitting that the old one had. You can kind of see there's a little bit of gunk in that gasoline still, but this sediment bowl is doing its job, and it's running just fine. I haven't changed the oil. I'm going to need to do that, but we're going to fill it up with fuel, a little bit of fuel, and give her a run. There's enough good oil in there still to do another test run. I built this little stand for these engines the other day, and we're not going to worry about this guy. This is a Model A that I also rescued. It needs some help, so that'll be for a different time. But today, we're going to be talking about this guy here. It's a pretty big engine from what I've heard, or looked up at least. It's about 6 horsepower, which is a really big engine for the time. And judging by the color and how well this thing is, it makes me think that this was a military engine in World War II. There you go, you can see the ZZ there, all that. And like another thing that leads me to believe that it's a military engine is I have never seen a spark plug protector cover before. If we pop this thing off, this little piece comes off, and there's your pristine condition spark plug in there, along with the wire. It's even brass. That's cool. So there's that. So I'm not entirely sure if it's a military engine or not. Let's get this thing lined up there. Pop her back on. Come on, baby. There we go. There we go. Got some washers or something still hanging from there. So, and let me ask you guys this. How many times have you guys found an engine sitting outside for 50, 60 years, and you can still take the muffler off? Comment down below if you've ever had that experience. Now, I've decided that I'm not going to run this engine much just because it's in such good shape. It looks a little dirty, you know. It's got some spots where some fluids have gotten all around it, and that's partly due because I've been working on it, and I've oiled some spots, and I used some acetone in here, and that's acetone marking right there. But the paint's good. I didn't notice that. Nice big gouge right there. If any of you guys know who are Briggs and Stratton experts. Both of these engines are the same in the fact that they have two oil drain plugs. There's one here on this one, fitted to an elbow, and here is your oil fill. If I can get it off there, come on. Oil fill and oil check. Come on, baby, get back on there. There you go. And then on this side, it's got another one here. So I'm very confused as to why the hell they would do that. Also, there's some chain here. Also leads me to believe that it's a military engine. But the old Model A over here has the same deal. One here, I don't know if this one might be the filler. This one might be the filler. And it's got one right here. So I have no idea what's going on. But let's go ahead, put a little gas in this girl. Give her a test run. How about that? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get her prepped and ready to run. And for those of you who don't know, this engine is so old, as well as this one. This one's a hand crank. You need a specialized hand crank that came with this engine. But on these older engines, you need to build yourself an old rope start. Because this thing predates recoil starts. So you just wrap it around there, and it's got little notches right there that you put the end of your rope so it disengages once the engine starts to roll. I'm going to put just a tad bit of fuel in her so she's got something to eat and breathe too. We'll see if that's good enough. Yep, looks like she's filling up pretty good. So there we go. Just enough fuel to let her run for a few. Now I'm hoping I don't have to use any starting fluid, but we're about to find out. I did use a little bit when I first fired her up, just to give her a helping hand. But this girl's so good, I don't think she's going to need it. Nope, she didn't need any explosion juice. Oh, she's coming back to life. She's a little smoky. Man, she is one smooth runner for not being fired up in who knows how long. It looks like the float may not be stopping the fuel because she's leaking a little bit out of the air filter there. But probably an easy fix. The carb did look like it was in good shape. Even this gasket, this bowl gasket, was ripped, and it's not leaking from there. I mean, at least it's leaking a little bit, but that's not where it's mainly leaking. It's leaking from, I think, underneath the air filter there. So I just have a little old oil filter catching that fuel so it doesn't ruin the stand. But she runs, and I had to do hardly anything to it. I'm probably going to let her run out of fuel like I did last time. I don't want to gum up that carb again with today's crap fuel, you know. But for being almost 80 years old, she's a strong running old girl. And I'm very happy to have it in my collection because it is a cool piece of history. I don't know what it could have come off of. It could have been on a generator or ran a water pump, or who knows. This might have helped the old Americans back in the day have some light and some comfort while they were out at war. You know, crazy, crazy stuff. But yeah, that one will be a future project. And that rotor tiller also wants to fire up too. Just needs a steady supply of fuel and she'll be good to go. But every one of those little trinkets that I got from that haul, I will be doing an individual video, just like this one. It's going to bring some great projects, some great knowledge. We're going to have a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. And Yamasaki out. We'll see y'all later in the next video.